calls from city councillors and housing advocates to investigate how encampments such as Lamport Stadium were cleared this past summer. Toronto's ombudsman will be conducting an investigation looking into the city's role, but his powers stop short of reviewing the conduct of Toronto police officers, a big problem according to many.
People who have seen images of police, especially during Lamport Stadium, know that people were assaulted.
Diana Chan McNally is with the Toronto Drop-In Network, a community of 59 drop-in centers throughout the city for those experiencing homelessness. Chan McNally says Toronto police need to be held accountable for their actions while clearing encampments this past summer, especially at Lamport Stadium, Trinity Bellwoods Park, and Alexandra Park.
The fact that we saw people beaten over the head with broken bones, with concussions, with bloody faces, is not a civil city to live in. And so I think, council has a duty to really respond to this and uphold accountability by Toronto police given their actions in encampments.
Today, City Councillor Kristen Wong-Tam brought forward an administrative inquiry to City Council.
There are questions swirling about whether or not we got good value for our money, because a huge chunk of that expense was directed to policing, private security, and fencing. And ultimately, those things don't do anything in keeping people housed.
The vote does not carry.
The motion was denied. Wong-Tam, as well as housing advocates, say the $2 million that was spent clearing out these encampments could have paid for stable housing instead.
No one was actually housed from any of these encampment evictions. A lot of money was spent, and people incurred a lot of harm, both psychologically as well as physically. So I think accountability for this is absolutely necessary.
We will not give up the fight! Get back! Get back!
City Councillor Josh Matlow is bringing forward another motion on Monday. Matlow recommends that City Council request the City Clerk to ask a Superior Court of Ontario judge to hold a public inquiry into the City of Toronto's engagement with the Toronto Police Service and its role in the encampment clearings. It would also include looking into the police's use of force and violence against unhoused people and their advocates.
The solution absolutely is not to leave people living in tents forever. But what our concern is that the mayor and the city supported actions that were both ineffective, meaning people were cleared out of one park and then they just went to another. They went under a bridge or into a laneway. The violence that occurred was unacceptable in a civil society.
Chan McNally is hoping Matlow's motion is passed. She says the public deserves answers.
No one is above the law. And Toronto police are included within that. And if we're looking at the scope of international law and human rights law, I think what we saw in encampments is absolutely worthy of legal investigation.
City Council will be voting on the judicial inquiry brought forward by Councillor Josh Matlow and seconded by Councillor Mike Layton on Monday at 2 p.m.